Welcome to Fact TV, your go-to for chilling true ghost stories and unexplained incidents. Tonight, dive into the eerie tale of a child's friend that wasn't so imaginary. Lights low, volume up. Let's begin in the misty hollows of Paducah, Kentucky, where the Ohio River whispers secrets to the willows and old graveyards squat like forgotten regrets. The Thompson family thought they had it all figured out. Jan and Jim, a pair of road-weary haulers, him slinging mail for Uncle Sam. Her hustling packages for the overnight gods worked their fingers to the bone for a slice of the American dream. Their brood, 16-year-old Ashley, glued to her Walkman like it was oxygen, and 4-year-old Josh, a tow-headed tornado of energy who could charm the stickers off a hound dog. Life was a predictable grind. Early mornings, greasy diners, and evenings wrestling Josh into pajamas that smelled faintly of playground dirt. But Josh, oh, that kid had a sidekick nobody else could spot. Enter Man, his invisible buddy, who tagged along like a bad penny. The nanny, Sweet Sue, with her peroxide curls and endless patience, first clocked it during their park jaunts. There'd be Josh, kicking a soccer ball into the weeds, chattering away. Man says you throw like a girl, Sue, but don't worry. He says girls are tougher anyway. Sue chuckled at first. Imaginary friends were par for the preschool course, right? Like that time Josh swore his teddy bear, Mr. Fluffernutter, demanded extra cookies for his diet. Harmless kid stuff. But as weeks blurred into autumn's chill, the laughs dried up faster than a creek in July. The house on Elm Street started turning mean. It began with whispers in the attic, like someone shuffling Monopoly pieces at 3 a.m. Jan would jolt awake, heart hammering, convinced Jim was up there raiding the Christmas stash early. "Honey, it's just the wind," he'd mumble, but his eyes darted like he knew better. Then came the stares prickling your neck in the shower, as if icy fingers traced your spine, while steam fogged the mirror into a blank, judgmental face. Fingernails? They'd rake the hallway walls at midnight, slow and deliberate, like a cat sharpening claws on your sanity. And the beds? They'd quiver, not earthquake style, but enough to rattle teeth and summon ghosts of insomnia past. It's the neighbor's tomcat on the roof. Jim insisted one night, but even he slept with one eye cracked after that. Josh's chats with Man ramped up too. In his room, amid Lego empires and dinosaur dioramas, you'd hear the one-sided banter. "Man says bedtime's for babies, Mom. He says we should build a fort out of your bras instead." Jan forced a grin humor in the horror, right? But her stomach twisted. The boy was morphing, defiant as a mule, spitting curses that'd make a trucker blush. "Man says your rules suck, Dad," like epically. He'd smash toys, blame the Phantom Pal. Man dared me double dog dare. One evening, Jan caught him finger painting the fridge with ketchup scripture. "Man was here." She scrubbed it off, chuckling nervously to Jim. Kid's got an artist in him, or a serial killer's handwriting practice. Desperate for answers, they grilled the tyke over mac and cheese. "Where'd Man come from, buddy?" Josh's blue eyes glazed, like a radio tuning to static. "From a box in the dirt, at the park. Tiny box. Bad Man stuffed him thereafter. You know, bad stuff." The room went tomb silent. Sue piped up then, her voice a whisper. That park's got an old boneyard tucked behind the swings. Weathered stones from the 1800s. Names faded like bad tattoos. Josh nodded solemnly. Man 6. Blonde hair, brown eyes. Cried for his mommy but the bad man, he laughed. Yan's 4 clattered. A murdered kid? Haunting her living one? She pictured Josh's cherub face, twisting into something feral, and stifled a giggle hiccup of terror. Well, tell man playground ghosts need curfews too. Enter Eli Little Bear, family friend and full-blood Cherokee medicine man, with a grin like weathered leather and eyes that saw through souls. Evil clings like burrs on a coonhound, he drawled over coffee. Burn sage and sweetgrass 4 corners of the yard. Anoint doors with olive oil. Pray fierce, like you're cussing out the devil himself. Jan dove in, waving smoldering bundles like a deranged traffic cop. The acrid smoke stinging her eyes. Out, you spectral squatters, and take your attitude with you. Jim snorted from the porch. If this works, Jan, we're franchising Ghostbusters, Holler Edition. The house sighed, activity fading like a bad radio signal. Peace reigned for months. Josh even traded man talk for monster truck obsessions. Crisis averted. Jan toasted at Thanksgiving. To normalcy and no more dead pals crashing dinner, famous last words. One drizzly Tuesday, Jan folded laundry in the den, humming off-key to Elvis on the radio, when Josh's giggles slithered from the hall. Peeking in, she froze. The boy clutched a sepia photo, yellowed as old teeth, like it had clawed from a time capsule. A stern woman in a high-necked frock, circa 1,920 seconds, posed stiffly. At her feet, a blonde boy with haunted brown eyes beamed up man, frozen in innocence. Where'd you snag this sport? Josh shrugged, eerie calm. Man slipped it in my briefcase, said it's his album. Jan's laugh cracked like dry ice. Briefcase? Honey, you can't even reach the mailbox. But there it was, a battered leather case, zipper gaping like a wound amid his blocks. No one in the family knew the faces, pinned to the fridge for sleuthing relatives. Hey, Aunt Edna, ring any bells? It mocked them. Then, poof, gone. Man took it back, Josh murmured. For safekeeping. He says secrets stay buried. Nanny Sue bailed soon after, citing vibes like a funeral parlor. Enter Missy, Jim's sister-in-law, with her toddler Tara and a minivan that smelled of Cheerios and regret. I'll wrangle the little gremlin, she vowed. But Missy's house turned poltergeist playground quick. Deep growls from the playroom. Who's your daddy now? While Josh and niece stacked blocks. Toys levitated one fateful afternoon, orbiting like deranged planets before crash landing. Missy shrieked into the phone. Jan, your kid's running a circus from hell, get him. Jan scooped Josh, who blinked innocently. Man was just juggling. He's got skills. Jim deadpanned later. Next time, we'll hire a priest who moonlights as a babysitter. Daycare it was, with strict edicts. Leave man at home, mister. Josh nodded, but homecomings were havoc. Stuffed animals eviscerated on his bed. Cotton guts strewn like confetti from a crime scene. Man said surgery's fun. Blame game escalated. Then, the kitten caper. Fluffy, the tabby terror with paws like velvet hammers, went missing mid-yawn chase. Jan found Josh in the living room, pinning the mewling furball under a couch cushion, face blank as a reset. Etch. A sketch. Shh. Fluffy man says naps fix everything. She yanked him off, heart in her throat, forcing a joke through tears. Kid, if man's advice runs to suffocation, his playdate privileges are revoked. Josh's eyes flickered innocent, or something slithering behind. That night, his bed bucked like a bronco, flinging him into hysterics. He bolted to the master, burrowing between Jan and Jim like a human burrito. Jan couldn't sleep. Visions gnawed. What if man wasn't playing? What if he was? Recruiting. Dawn broke gray. She slipped into Josh's room, steeling for war. The air thickened, ozone sharp, like lightning's hangover. Footsteps padded the hall, soft, bare. A shadow loomed in the door crack, boy-sized but wrong, elongated, quivering. Joshy? Come here, baby. Arms out, she beckoned. The figure stirred, stepping into moonlight. Not her son. This thing. Translucent skin, veined with electric blue pulses, like lightning trapped in jelly. Eyes? Glowing pits, crimson and gleeful. Face a rictus grin splitting too wide. Fanged maw whispering, "Playtime's forever, mommy." It laughed a wet, bubbling cackle, like drowning in tar. Jan's scream shredded the night. Lights blazed. Ashley and Jim burst in, faces pale as policy. The demon vanished. Poof. But the chill lingered, frost on her soul. Dawn brought Eli again, voice grave as a fresh-dug plot. That's no lost lamb, that's a wolf in pigtails. Full exorcism, fast till dusk, prayers like buckshot. Sage, sweetgrass, oil on every sill. Invoke the Great Spirit, Christ, the whole holy Rolodex. Jan fasted, stomach growling protests. Even demons get munchies, right? While fanning smoke with a hawk feather, chanting till her throat rasped. Oil-slicked thresholds, gleaming like blood under porch light. Be gone, you pint-sized poltergeist, and tell your badman boss Kentucky's closed for hauntings. Smoke curled into twilight, the house exhaling relief. Josh perked up overnight, man a memory. Gone like a fart in a hurricane, Jim quipped. But Jan's nightmares lingered glowing eyes in the fridge's hum. Years later, Jan spilled the beans on a dusty forum. Guardian tales, catharsis in pixels. Discovery Channel sniffed it out, birthing a haunting demon child in 2006 names swapped for shadows. Josh to Cody, Jim to Dale. Filmed in kitchen gloom, black drapes swallowing light. Jan relived the horror, chills racing as reenactments nailed the demon's leer. They got the veins right zappy as a faulty toaster. Josh, teen now, dodged the lens but caught ribbing. Man's coming back for revenge, better hide the cushions. The app? A hit. Travel Channel's top 11, friends teasing. Your imaginary bro's a celeb. Jan dove deeper into the spooky, joining TRS ghost hunters, Josh tagging along for adolescent thrills. She'd clairvoyance like a boss, whispers in walls, shadows with agendas, while insomnia clawed her nights. Not sheep counting. It's the dead tallying scores. Josh? Mild vibes. Nothing spectral. Mom's the medium. I'm the snack guy. Posts flowed on Guardian Tales, 2007, spilling show secrets. Great crew, but axed my kid's interview too adorably cursed. Today, the Thompsons laugh it off mostly. A punchline at barbecues. Pass the beans, but not the cushions. But late nights, when wind scratches the eaves and Josh stares too long at playground dirt, Jan wonders, did they bury the demon or just plant its seed? In Paducah's fog-shrouded lore, some boxes stay cracked, and kids, they play forever. That's the spine-tingling end to tonight's Fact TV ghost story. Did it chill you? Comment below if you liked it and suggest real ghost incidents or topics for next time. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell. Stay spooky.